Anyone who has visited or lived in Japan will know that the culture is really, really different from the UK. And I do find that in Japan, they're very specific about the way they do things. I would always advise anyone who's going to visit or live in Japan to do as much research as possible before coming out here. If you look online, there is a lot about chopstick and dining etiquette, not wearing shoes indoors, the silent train, you have to be quite quiet when you use the trains in Japan, even how to use an onsen. But there are some things that no matter how much you Google, you won't be able to find them. Since I've moved to Japan, I have made lots of little mistakes, but in 2025, I have narrowed down 3, which I would say are quite big ones. And every mistake that I have made, I've learnt from, and all you can do is just really hope that you don't offend anyone too much in the process. At number 3, we have the stamp rally at the temple. I'm not really sure if you would class this as a blunder, because if you genuinely don't know something, then it's not really being careless, you just don't know. In Japan, these stamp rallies are very, very popular, and often you have to go to different places to get each stamp. At my favourite Daikanon statue in Takasaki, they were holding this stamp rally, and 6 of the stamps you get when you go inside the statue and you climb up the different floors. If I remember correctly, it costs 600 yen, and once you get all the stamps, it gives protection to your family. So the 7th stamp, as you can see here, is done by a monk in the temple. He will write it with a calligraphy brush and also give you a little amulet. So we went to the temple and he wrote this last stamp for us, and he said, don't put it in the folder yet because it's wet. So my husband was holding the piece of paper and he started to blow it, and then the monk got really upset and he said, do not breathe on it. I think it's because they see it as a sacred piece of paper. I know that when you do things like give incense to your ancestors, you're not allowed to blow the candle out. So I think there's something to do with the breath that you're not supposed to do. Obviously, my husband stopped straight away, and it was just something that we weren't aware of, and no matter how much you Google, you probably wouldn't find this. Anyway, we know now and we will never do it again. Number 2 is something that has happened to me twice, and that definitely is a blunder. I've never been a very confident driver, and that was me in the UK and in Japan. So the first semi-long journey that I did from Gunma to Saitama, I did get pulled over by the police. I think the police hide in hotspots where they know that a lot of people don't follow the rules. I definitely didn't intend to make this mistake, but I thought that I was joining a motorway. So I thought I was on a slip road, and of course you don't normally stop, you kind of go where there's a gap. But it turned out that I was joining a local road, and of course you're supposed to stop, and although I did hit my brake, he said I didn't press it hard enough. And actually the first time it happened to me, which was in 2019, it happened to me in Tokyo, and it was the exact same situation. I thought I was joining a motorway. I did get told off, but a majority of it I couldn't understand, but I was panicking, my nerves were shot, I think I was shaking. It's just a really, really horrible experience. There's a couple of things that Japan seems to be really strict about, and the first one is stopping, not just slowing down, but actually stopping at a stop line. And also before you cross a level crossing, you must stop. Whether there's a train or not, you have to stop before you cross the level crossing. They have very kindly written a book in English called The Rules of the Road, which I would really recommend if you're going to be driving in Japan. It says the book is 1,430 yen. We did get it a couple of years ago, so I'm not sure if the price has changed since then. Good luck with your driving, and just remember, when you see the tomare stop sign, press that brake quite firmly. And number 1, which is definitely the worst one by far. In the area that we live in, when someone passes away, you're expected to attend the house. Usually the body of the deceased person is there, and a member of the family just speaks a bit about their life and how things came to an end. This is really, really nerve-wracking because it's a situation where you just don't want to make any mistakes, and we really need to observe what other people are doing because we are clueless when it comes to things like this. Usually you offer incense and just listen to what the family is saying. You're also expected to attend another, I guess you'd call it event or ceremony, on the day that the person's body goes to the funeral parlour. It seems to be a tradition in this area for all the neighbours to gather before that body goes to the funeral parlour. And when the car leaves the house, they press the horn for quite a long time. I'm not sure what this means or what it signifies, but we've been to 2 now and both times they've done it. I don't know if you would call this a blunder, but it wasn't really being careless. I think we were just so confident in what we were reading. And you can see on this piece of paper, it says to attend this at 4:30. If you look underneath, it does say 4:20 in brackets. So we started making our way to the house to make it there for 4:30 when actually it was supposed to be 4:20. And just as we were arriving at the house, we heard the horn of the car. Now, although the traffic accident was the worst in terms of my nerves and sweating and things like that, this is the worst because you never want to offend someone. So as the car was coming out of the garden, we did bow, but it just felt horrible because we didn't mean to do that. We got the time wrong. But it's a situation where you just really, really, really do not want to mess up. Also, because we live in this neighbourhood and it's quite a tight-knit community, the last thing that you want to do is upset people or be excluded. So that was definitely my worst one. And let's just hope now that 2026 is here, this year we'll be free from all of these things. Wish us luck. Sayonara.